Well, we think this is at least a text that we can work with. It's now we have a map on a way forward instead of kind of nowhere where we don't know where we're going. So the next steps is that we're all now analyzing this text very closely. We're discussing with allies, with the most vulnerable countries, with others, of course, as the European Union, what their issues are, what their concerns are, and we're working hard. It'll be a long night.
What I've encountered walking around the corridors here, walking into delegates from big and small countries, some very big, is they're not happy with it. And of course, no one's ever totally happy with the text, but the differences are so big they'll have to be bridged before you have any chance of agreement here. There'll probably be another 2 versions of text before we get an agreement. Typically what you see is a text will come out too much on one side, come back too much on the other side and land in the middle. Right? This is a very common pattern over very many COPs, and I think everyone out there can understand about discussions between here and there and finally reach an agreement, even within a family. And dealing with so many countries, it's more complicated. But I think that's where we are now. It's going to be a long night ahead, maybe two nights before we actually reach agreement on this.
Ja, die Jule hat mehrere Kopien gemacht und hier ist es sehr.
I hope that in the next days before this conference truly and finally ends, countries rethink this number and move closer to the 1 trillion mark and set a specific goal for grant equivalent funding. Thank you. In general, it's very hard to compromise on the 1 trillion because anything significantly below 1 trillion will mean we sail right past the 1.5 degrees. We might not get there at this COP, but it is essential that we correct that number over the coming months and years.